Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a reading for my Capricorns. Let's see what messages you need to hear now. Any information that you may be looking for, I will have listed in the description box. If you want to book a personal reading, if you want to follow me on my other social medias and whatnot. All right, let's start with the Oracle cards. What do my Capricorns need to know now? They need to hear at this moment. First card we have, failure is a side effect of effort and can be learned from. So for my Capricorn to have been like kind of beating yourself down for not doing everything the way that you would have intended or wanted to. Like for an example, maybe you had a goal to go to the gym a certain amount of days out of the month, or maybe you had a goal to show up for your creative endeavors a certain amount of times per month, and maybe you didn't meet that goal exactly, or a book goal, whatever this may be. At least you tried. Like literally this card is just straight up saying at least you tried. The more that you kind of be a critic of even like the efforts that you do make, that just makes you want to shut down and be in this like all or nothing energy, which doesn't allow you any room to really see progress or grow. So you want to be very careful of like counting the moments where things didn't work out instead of counting the moments where you even showed up and the fact that you even put any level of effort in. And failure is not a thing until you give up, okay? Failure only is a real thing, or you can only categorize something as a failure if you try something, it doesn't work, and then you just say forget about it, versus a mistake. When you make a mistake, learn from it, and then you keep going. Okay, so we also have seek joy in the pattern of everyday life. And I also have focus on the present as it's here that change occurs. So a lot of you have been attributing things future tense, like finding love, getting that dream job, making a certain amount of money, as like that pinnacle moment where you're going to feel the most happiest, where you're going to be the most joyful. But that's not true at all. You could have $1 million today, and that still won't absolve you from the problems that are very real, which is things that money can't necessarily do anything about. If anything, it will just wipe away the worry around money. But there's still going to be other real things that are going to be needing to be addressed for you to be quote unquote happy or joyous. Joy is something that can't be attained by outside things. Only in you just enjoying or being in the moment. Oh, I noticed that how enjoy has the word joy in it. That was like a little moment I just had. But that's so funny. Enjoy. So in enjoying life as a whole, enjoying the journey itself and the process is how you tap into joy. It's not when you get to some sort of outside thing in the future where you can say, okay, I'm happy now. And the way that you can access this is by focusing on the present moment and the things that you can do to put yourself in a state of being happy. Or focus on the present moment in terms of the things that you would like to change to tap into true joy. It is also something that could be very beneficial to you. Okay, let's pull from here. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What's the energy for my Capricorns? What do they need to hear? Yes. Hey, Jen. Okay, so I have leadership. I have creativity. I have perseverance. We have forgiveness. And we also have lead. So we have leadership cards twice that kind of showed up here. I mixed like 2 decks together to make this one. So we have 2 of these. So right off the bat, I mean, of course, leadership or leader energy would show up for Capricorns. I mean, you guys are like the boss. The boss of the earth signs, okay? But so with leadership and lead showing up, there's a clear sign that it's time for you to step into this unapologetic energy behind the things that you decide to do. Some of you have been very concerned around like how certain people will feel if you became a tarot reader, or if you're more expressive about your spiritual gifts or your spiritual aspects. Or maybe you want to be, the first person in your family to do something revolutionary, do something different, move to a different part of the world, start your own business, whatever this may be. It's important that you take the role of being the leader and not waiting for outside things to tell you that it's okay to do what's authentic to you. That's what being a leader is. It's just saying, F it. Everybody may not see my vision, but I'm still going to do it anyways. And then eventually they'll catch up. They'll catch on when it works out for me. And that's usually how it is, especially when you're creative, when you're somebody who is marching to the beat of your own drum and not choosing to do things like other people. So if you've been feeling a little bit lonely in your journey, or just questioning whether or not what you're doing is worth it, yeah. And with you having a level of perseverance, irregardless of what's been being thrown at you or what other people's opinions may be, this is going to pay off. Now, another thing that I'm seeing, forgiveness did come up here. So under the topic of forgiveness, Spirit is saying, don't wait for outside people to affirm what you feel that you've experienced for you to be able to let go of said experience and kind of learn from it, okay? A lot of times we end up, and this is something we do subconsciously, we wait for the people that have traumatized us to then turn around and apologize or give us this space to be like, oh, okay, they hear me, they acknowledge the fact that what I experience is real. No, usually the people who hurt you will not do that. If anything, they'll try to stay away from you because it's the reminder of the guilt that they, the guilt that they experience from the things that they put you through. So take forgiveness into your own hands and stop waiting for somebody to kind of affirm the things that you feel, because people who victimize you or people who put you through things will never do it. If anything, they will make you feel like you're crazy because of the fact that you call it out in the first place. Okay, so what do my Capricorns need to hear at the moment? If you have any relationships around you that feel like they are just not in alignment with you anymore, friendship-wise, family-wise, romantic, anyway, and in dealing with them, it reflects back to you maybe some feelings, energy that just does not feel right. It's important that you are separating yourself, okay? Sorry, I had to go to the book for a second for this card. Yeah, so this card is about, when it shows up in reverse, this is about making sure that you're not denying your light or dimming your light, I should say, for the sake of others or making other people feel comfortable or going into the space of denial in general. So any area in your life where you're being called to do certain things and you keep like denying yourself access or denying yourself of certain things that you do need but telling yourself that you don't, it's important that you're addressing this, okay? And also with protecting treasure, some of you could be a little bit in denial about this protection mechanism that you have around yourself. That could be a comfort zone for you now at this point. But like the level of, how do I put this into words? Some of you could be in denial of how overly protective of yourself you may be, or how much of a bubble you put around yourself, and how this could be causing you to maybe shut off to the world or kind of stay in your own energy. Or you just may not even know that it's going on. Okay, with strength in goblins, the goblins card talks about the monsters that we create based off of like stories we tell ourselves, and also just fear in general. The fears of things that will never even happen, but they create monsters that are up under our bed and we're like constantly on the lookout for it. So if there is any fears that you could have, really like go through or have a moment with yourself. Even write this down if you need to, and ask yourself, what are those fears founded in? Is it founded in things that will never happen, but subconsciously I worry about? And the more that you kind of break it down and get an understanding of where your fears are based from, you realize that the fears, not only are they not real, but they could be based in other things deeper than, oh, I'm scared of the dark, or oh, I'm scared to be open. There's a deeper reason as to what created that fear in the first place. And that's how you get free from it, is by dissecting it and breaking it down. Okay, let me pull some cards from here. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, placements. What do they need to hear? If you've been very stressed out about certain family members and their well-being, they are okay. Allow yourself to be at peace in knowing that this family member is going to be okay. You can't control how they move. You can't worry about them more than they worry about themselves. So if that's something you've been struggling with, it is okay. For others of you, if you've been stressed out in regards to like finances and like certain things that you just want to do, like on a fun, creative, like just having fun and not having to worry about the financial piece behind it, Spirit wants you to focus on like saving money for the fun stuff. So if you create like some sort of fun fund, I like that, fun fund. This will help you feel like you're factoring in the things that you want to do outside of like just paying bills. And having some sort of saving system in place just in general, or understanding of how each dollar is kind of like moving, will help you be able to like factor in more so the fun stuff you want to do. Like traveling. I'm seeing traveling here. I'm seeing that there's like people you want to visit, people you want to see. All you got to do is be proactive in how you're managing your money. Another thing I'm seeing when it comes to someone who doesn't see your worth, or somebody who's trying to come back into your life and they didn't see your worth previously, and now they're trying to come back and show you a level of effort, and now you may not be into it. Spirit is saying don't force yourself to give somebody another chance where they didn't see your worth previous tense. And if you have to constantly have like this gut-wrenching feeling of, I don't know if I can trust this person, I don't know if they're going to repeat the same patterns of the past, then that may be something to reconsider if letting them back into your space is a good idea in the first place. Okay, especially if you don't trust them like that. Some of you guys could have a very spiteful ex-husband, ex-wife, or person you may have children with, where they want to take it out on you in terms of how this whole situation has played out for them. And this could be for several different reasons. For some of you, this could be because they just didn't want to get divorced in the first place. So they could be doing things to constantly like have to talk to you or to be attached to you. And for others of you, it's more so like a resentful, like this is how I feel in terms of how what I've experienced in the marriage. So now after the marriage, you're going to feel it. So it's important that you don't entertain some sort of like vengeful battle around like custody, or like even someone, or even like other family members being involved in this and them kind of creating problems. It's important that whatever like messy custody or messy child support or divorce situation, that you stay away from it as much as possible in terms of entertaining the foolishness, okay? Because it looks like a crazy situation with that for people who are going through that. But this is what I see. I do wish you the best of luck. Thank you, Capricorns. If you did take something from this reading, definitely thumbs it up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.